Ahoy, shipmates! I have noticed it seems a particularly dull and grey day today. Can't really see much colour anywhere. Particularly if you go over here on Cow's Cam. It's, yeah, it's very good. I mean, you barely tell where the sky stops and the sea starts. A little bit better here in port. Not much, though. Two departures today, shipmates. We have the Aurora. She's over here on 46th berth. And then at the other end of port, we have the QueenMAry 2. She's due away at 6 o'clock. So we'll probably have a bit of a galley break in between those two departures. Or a galley prep break, maybe. Maybe that's a better term for it. We've already had numbers. The pilot was very prompt today. Numbers for Aurora. Passengers, 1,922. And crew, 803. Let's have a look, see how that compares with my numbers I've got here. Yeah, so at around, what did I say? 1,922. So that's more than double occupancy, but less than maximum occupancy. Looks like is Aurora on the move? Yes, I think Aurora's on the move already. I did hear the VTS said her line's down. Yeah, so she's pretty full. It's amazing how full these ships are when they're leaving. I'm going to check the outside microphone, I suppose. Check the outside microphones. Yep, that's working. It's not quite so windy today, although it's still pretty windy out there. Gusting around about 16 knots. And Aurora does have a tug assisting her as well, which I think I can hear some haulage. Three honks for going backwards. That's a decent set of honks there for Aurora. Wonder if QueenMAry 2 will give us some later. Oh yes, but like I say, very busy ship. All the ships leaving are busy.
Southampton Beach here.
Aurora is heading off on a 4-day round trip to Belgium and France.
Starburst BTS still received traffic update. HMS Ledbury in the nav anchorage now, inbound for Spithead, Western Tower, over.
I noticed we had quite a few shipmates on the balconies. We had a couple waving earlier, a bit of a tower wave. There was a message from a couple that said they're right at the front somewhere. It might be one of those balconies, I'm not entirely sure. Quite a few people out on their balconies. It is pleasant. Like I say, it is just over 11 degrees centigrade. Put that in the comfortable end of the weather spectrum. Once it gets below 10, it's a bit unpleasant, I think, on the old Iron Horse. Yeah, lots of people out on their balconies. You can see the starlings flying around again. Here comes Aurora out of the ocean terminal. He's off on a 4-day round trip to Belgium and France, calling at Zeebrugge in Bruges, Cherbourg in France, and then arriving back into the port of Southampton. And then the next departure after that is a 10-day Scandinavian escape. She leaves on the 19th of December. Overnights in Copenhagen, Denmark. Overnights in Oslo in Norway. And then also overnights in Rotterdam in the Netherlands. That's 3 overnight stays. Oh, I think that's fantastic. So you'll be spending Christmas Day at sea between Oslo and Rotterdam. Let's hope that Father Christmas can track you down when you're in the North Sea. Not often we see Aurora at the ocean terminal. You can see she's quite a dainty ship compared to the other ones we normally get here, like Iona or Avia. Aurora, quite old. 25 years old, in fact. Built in 2000. It's 270 metres long, 34 metres in width. 76,000 gross tonnes. And she was last refurbished earlier this year. I don't know how many more years Aurora will be in service for. Normally, when they're getting towards 20, 25 years old, the companies move them on. But I know Aurora is very popular with many of these shipmates. I wouldn't have thought it was windy enough for a tug assistance, but we do have a tug helping. It's Eleanor Tugby. There she is, giving us a good old pull on the stern. Oh, I've been neglecting the chat. Oh, there's shipmates in the chat. Who's in the chat today? Oh, there's shipmate Kerris. Oh, there's Simon Bolton. Oh, there's Georgina Stevenson. Well, she says it's 4 more shifts to work, then 16 days off. Wow, that's a good old break, isn't it? 16 days off. Oh, there, Nicola. And oh, there's Sue Hawks. And oh, there, Pam Wolf. I think I've got the bases covered there.
Starburst, Southampton BTS.
Starburst on the radio earlier. I was listening. I heard her come out of Portsmouth. I know I bang on about how good my new antenna is, but it is very good. Really enjoy the increased reception.
Starburst BTS still have the Ocean Marlin, but she'll stay east of the tower. Over.
And the VTS was advising, the Starburst was asking to go east of the tower, but VTS apparently still advising ships to pass by west of the NAB tower due to the potential for submerged containers. Still an issue. I obviously haven't found them. Oh, this is my animal day shots asking what time for QueenMAry 2. QueenMAry 2 is due away at 6 o'clock. Roughly 2 hours' time. Aurora was very promptly away today. Oh, I think we can see someone. I think some of the shipmates said they got their torch on. I think that's Mandy Benson. That must be. Shipmate Mandy must be down here at the pointy end. Quite a few shipmates on the balcony down here. There we go. I think that must be shipmate Mandy down there somewhere. That's her torch. Traffic's building up here, isn't it? The old starling murmurations going well this evening. Well, the shipmate Shepherd book is asking, I wonder if QueenMAry 2 has gotten her engineering problem sorted out. That's a good question. I don't know. Well, I think we'll be able to tell if QueenMAry 2 has a tug, and the answer will be no. I'm not so convinced she does, because it sounded like it was quite a major problem. Apparently someone, probably one of her Azipods, operating at reduced efficiency. They had divers in the water last time she was in port. Well, there should be Animal Dash. Next live will be tomorrow. Tomorrow, it's quite a busy week, bizarrely. Last week was very quiet indeed. This week, fairly busy week. Got two today, two tomorrow, two on Wednesday.
BTS will receive traffic information near Aurora, backing out of Ocean Dock now, outbound. Pasifile on 38.9, she'll be away 1645, 1645, over.
Yep, 2 Monday, 2 Tuesday, 2 Wednesday, and then 2 on Friday.
UKD Sea Lion, Southampton BTS.
I should be live next on Tuesday.
BTS, the Sea Lion, go ahead.
Traffic update, QueenMAry 2 there, 106, due away at 1800, over.
Due away 1800, RC, thank you, Danny.
Ah, there we go. Update of QueenMAry 2.
Southampton BTS, Caesarea Trader, good afternoon. Through the fort, inbound for Portsmouth.
Caesarea Trader BTS, that will receive.
Yeah, so I think if QueenMAry 2 has a tug, then she still has an Azipod problem. I haven't had any updates. I had a very long comment on one of my live streams with Queen.
BTS, Regia 7, good evening, departing Town Quay.
Budget 7 up to receive, may proceed. Aurora there, backing out Ocean Dock, then outbound, over.
BTS 7, all copy, thank you. Can I get a dockhead tie gauge, please?
Dockhead tide gauge 2.70, over.
270, thanks very much. We'll be astern the Aurora and outside the Reds.
Or receive.
Yes, I had a very long email. Not a very long email, a long comment. I wonder if I can find it. Let's see if I can find it. Quite an interesting comment. Let's have a look. No, not that one.
BTS, Green, and we'll finish at 106, perfect, about much.
Sea Green all received, UKD Sea Line there, working off 104, over.
Aurora will be kicking on the bow thrusters now. Oh yeah, just about to see it. Yes, it was. This comment was from shipmate Alan White. Left it on my live stream the other day. Wrote an incredibly long comment. Generally, wasn't very happy with Queen Anne. Generally, I think he wasn't happy with Cunard. They missed out quite a lot of ports. One of the ports, there was no coaches, or was a coach strike. Another port. There was another problem, and then the last port they missed out because of a technical problem, the stabiliser. So he wasn't very amused. Very long comment. Quite interesting, actually. A lot of detail there. Oh, Dorset Coastal Vision. Please zoom in on top, deck waving to my mum. Okay, you might need a bit more specifically whereabouts you are on the top deck, shipmate. Oh, it's not always easy to see. Forwards or backwards would be a good question. Let's have a look. A couple of shipmates there, a couple of shipmates there. A couple of shipmates here. I'll check over by the sign. That's my preferred place. If you are going to be on the top deck waving, head out to the sign. Oh, I can see some dancing going on. Some early activities. Looks very coordinated. Clearly not for the captain. Can't quite see on the side the ship's in the way. Or the building's in the way of the ship, I should say. Shipmate Stew reckons there's ladies in waiting for Queen Mary 2. Let's have a look. Let's have a look.
BTS, Melton.
Nothing up there yet. Top tier on stern. Okay, I'll have a look down that way. It's a little tricky on cruise cam. You're behind the building.
BTS, spit to Melton.
Spit to Melton, Southampton VTS.
Good afternoon. Up and running on 44, about to break away for the Pasifile sailing.
Spit to Melton VTS, ship may proceed. Aurora just swinging off the ocean dock and then outbound. Over.
Yep, seen him now. We'll follow him out.
Maybe over here. Maybe that's where the shipmate is. Right at the back. There we go. Give us a wave now, shipmate. Now that you're on the screen. This time of year, the torch on your phone is very handy and convenient for identifying people. Well, shipmate. Oh, excellent. Well, shipmates there. Excellent spanner. Monty Burns. Yes, adults only for Aurora and Arcadia, as far as I can remember. Although P&O is changing this policy to allow children on board during the school holidays. Apparently, this is a request from lots of shipmates travelling during the school holidays and want to take the grandchildren on board. That's the way to do it. Get them into cruising at a young age, and they'll be passengers for life. That's the stern of Aurora, illuminated by the tug. Very quickly getting dark. It's dark today at 4 o'clock. Oh, hi there, shipmate. Carol Finnis. Welcome aboard, shipmate. Many thanks for becoming a member. Grab yourself a mug of grog down the galley and make use of the channel membership member benefits like the Discord server. Many thanks for your support. Shipmate Martin Smith says Aurora should stay adults only. I can see what you're thinking, shipmate. But if it's only during the school holidays, it's not so bad. I mean, I don't like to go on holiday during the school holidays anyway. Mainly for that reason. Not sure when P&O introducing it, something like next year. But what was odd is they carried out a survey, and it was only like 28% of respondents said that they wanted children on board. Seemed like a very small number to me. Don't know that Svitzer Eleanor and the Tugby's been providing much assistance here. Just about to see a few shipmates down there in the well deck, or the mooring deck. Here comes Eleanor. There we go. There's the line in for Eleanor. One of the tugs earlier was on the radio. I think it's Bargate. Bargate was heading down Southampton water. Apparently her line had got a bit twisted, so she was just letting the line drag out to the back of the tug while she was heading down Southampton water and then reeling it back in, making it tidy, I guess. One of the red jets that was coming past said, "Oh, how long is that line out the back of your tug?" And he said, "Oh, about 30 or 40 metres. We do get to see the pretty lights this time of year, I suppose there's one advantage. Shipmate Elbow Dash asking, when is a Disney shipping? Not for some time, shipmate. Not for some time. Disney Dream will be the next Disney ship arrival, and that won't be until the 27th of July next year.
VTS, Eleanor, that's us finished on the Aurora, onto the Pasifile now.
Eleanor, Southampton VTS, all received.
Pasifile. That is a big ro-ro that's been blocking our view somewhat. It'd be nice to have her out of the way. Yeah, Pasifile is off to Baltimore shortly. She was in Le Havre previously. Aurora off to Zeebrugge. Aurora's off on a 4-day round trip to Zeebrugge and Cherbourg. Leaves the port of Southampton today, arrives in Zeebrugge tomorrow. Day at sea on Wednesday, then pops over to Cherbourg in France land, assuming they're not on strike, and then back to the wonderful port of Southampton on the 19th. Well, a few shipmates wandering around the top of Aurora. Yeah, I've got quite a few ship movers this week. Bit of a break over Christmas. Then it picks up in January. We get a lot in January. Lots heading off on world cruises. Which I think it's Aurora off on a world cruise somewhere. Let's have a look. Yes. 3rd of January. She's off on a 75-day epic South America trip. Epic indeed. It does look quite good. So 3rd of January, Aurora departs for the Grand Canaries. And this is a 75-day world cruise. Or an epic trip to South America. Not really a world cruise. It doesn't go around the world. Because that's the definition of a world cruise, isn't it? Yeah, 3rd of January, she heads off to Gran Canaria. Then Sao Vicente in Cape Verde. In Recife in Brazil. Salvador da Bahia in Brazil. Buenos in Brazil. Rio de Janeiro in Brazil. Sao Paulo in Brazil. And Montevideo in Uruguay for a bit of a reenactment of the battle plate. I hope not. Then Port Stanley in the Falkland Islands. Now, it's not often you see that on a cruise ship schedule. I've got a friend who lives in the Falkland Islands. He keeps inviting me over. I said to him, oh, do I need to hire a car if I come and visit you in the Falklands? And he says, no, don't worry, you can just borrow one of mine. And I said, oh, do I need insurance or anything like that? He said, no, don't worry about it, nobody cares. Sounds like a very interesting place. So after the Falklands, it goes down to the Cape Horn, Chilean Antarctic, and then Punta Arenas.
BTS, ready to go. Permission to depart, Royal P3 Scouts, please.
In Chile, San Antonio in Chile, La Serena in Chile.
Ready for BTS, all received, thank you. Yep, clearance to see traffic information, Pasifile 38.9 going to station, she'll be away 16:45 working.
All copy, ma'am, thank you.
And then Arica in Chile, heading up to Lima in Peru, Panama City, then the Panama Canal, then over to the Dutch Antilles Islands of Aruba and Curacao, then St. George's in Grenada, Kingstown in Grenada, the St. Vincent Island, Bridgetown in Barbados, St. Lucia, St. John's in Antigua, St. Martin, Ponta Delgado in the Azores, and then back to the wonderful Port Southampton.
BTS Aurora, Western Southbound.
And that's 75 days.
Aurora, BTS received, thank you. Just approach.
BTS, Bo Gemini, Port South, Blue to the west of the tower.
Hi, BTS received traffic information, warship Ledbury, west of the nav tower. Inward bound.
Sounds like that chap's underwater.
BTS, Red, Australia departing Cows for Europe here.
That's the next departure, the Parasail.
For BTS traffic information, Aurora, western shelf, outward bound, and she will be cleared, Summer. And the Passport, about to lift off, 15 minutes or so from 38 knots.
Roger, copy that, thank you.
VTS Red Jet 6, passing the height line, permission to carry on with speed, please.
Yes, 6 BTS crews, proceed, thank you.
All copy, thank you.
I didn't have any pricing information.
Pasifile, BTS, afternoon.
Pasifile there.
Thank you, yeah. We're going to be a bit late for departure. They finished cargo, but they haven't started lifting the ramp yet, so it'll be a good half an hour before we're ready to lift off, over.
Pasifile, BTS received, so about 1700, you think?
Yes.
Thank you.
So much.
I haven't started lifting the ramp. If you ever see the ramp on one of these ro-ros, it's incredibly big and it sort of folds up and neatly into the stern. But I'm guessing that's sort of a 20-minute operation to unfold it. Shipmate Kerry says he's in a submarine. That would make more sense. It did sound like a submarine. Yeah, shipmate Alan White, I can't read his comment out to you. So that he was making some comments about Cunard and Queen Anne. He said we were on this cruise. This was when Queen Anne came in at 4 p.m. Last weekend. said it was a disaster. We left our first port of call, Funchal Madeira, which is beautiful. Very soon after that, we were informed by the captain that there was industrial action in the port of Lisbon on the day we were to arrive, so the ship could not stop in Lisbon. He was really looking forward to going to Lisbon. The captain advised that we were going to stop in La Coruna, northern Spain instead. Also a nice port, but the next day. Captain again advised us that there was a coach drivers' strike scheduled for the day that we were due, and those passengers who had booked coach trips would be refunded their costs. The port is less than 300 yards from the main city centre. Well, it began to sound suspicious when they cancelled it. It's a whole real, sounds like a really tough cruise. Ended up spending 5 days at sea, apparently. And he reckoned there was no coach strike in La Coruna. And then the stabilisers weren't working, so they had to return back to the port of Southampton early. And not a very happy shipmate there. It does sound like a bit of a calamity. Well then, Marie de Clare. Looks like the Roro Thruxton might be heading off. I'm just seeing which one's tugs that. One of the tugs is heading over to the dockside. Looks like Eleanor. Picking up some lines maybe from Pasifile. Only a few more days, isn't it? Only, 10 more days or so. We'll be over the shortest day and back onto the longer days. Where the QueenMAry 2 is off to. Let's check that, shall we? QueenMAry 2, she's off on a, well, it depends on how you look at it. It's either a 7-day one-way trip to New York, a 19-day one-way trip from Southampton to New York, and then around to the Caribbean, and then back to New York, or it's a 27 days transatlantic crossing to New York, around the Caribbean, and then back to Southampton. As one would expect, there's quite a difference in price. If you just want to head over to New York on QueenMAry 2, it's only about £700. If you want to go to the Caribbean afterwards, it's more like £2,500 per person, and I don't have any price on the other one. But I would think it's probably going to be in the £3,500 range, I would think. Something like that. And then where's she off to? 3rd of January. She's off on a 109-day world voyage. I don't have any price for that either. Although if you want to go 52 days one way to Southampton to Sydney in Australia, that's about £10,000 for 52 days. That doesn't seem too bad, does it? Do I get 52 days off work? Shipmate Linda Savage says, they have a friend who lives in Stanley. Moved there in 1992. Would love to visit, but the cost of the 16-hour flight puts me off. Yes. Yeah, it's not the easiest place to get to. I know that for sure. What shipmate Martin Smith? Sorry, missed that. Was it Aurora? Had you? No, I was talking about the shipmate left me a big note about Queen Anne that had a lot of problems, missing out loads of ports. That's why she was back in early last Saturday. And QueenMAry 2, she's been having problems with one of the Razzie pods, which we don't know if it's been fixed or not. Last time she departed, she had to have tug assistance, so that would be an obvious giveaway. Oh, there's shipmates and cruise mates. Simon Doyle was sending greetings from Queen Victoria on the channel on our return to Southampton tomorrow. Will I be live streaming the Queen Anne's departure on the 21st? 21st.
Roger. Southampton VTS.
Possibly. I only hesitate because I have.
Roger VTS all receiving.
I'm away somewhere during that day, and whether or not I can get back in time with traffic and all that. Let's have a look. What time is Queen Anne departing? I don't know yet. I'd imagine 5 or 6, something like that. Depends. I may or may not be back in time. If not, the cameras will be live streaming all the time, of course. Well, did you make Elizabeth G? Still have some flaring going on over at Fawley. It's when you get an evening like this, you can sort of see it. The flares reflect on the sky, on the little low-level clouds. Yeah, it looks like the place is on fire. Shipmate Simon Torres says he'll be waving his discreet flag again. If the shipmates haven't seen Simon Dawes' flag, it is monstrously large, great big. He has a great big pole. I don't know how he gets it on board. He stands out really obviously. So yes, we will. I'll keep a lookout for you. I'm sure one of the spanners will be operating the cameras if the captain's busy. In case you're wondering, shipmates, I am the captain of the Solent Ships YouTube channel, broadcasting to you live and direct from the port of Southampton. And that's a mere 38 minutes into the broadcast. Getting better at this, aren't I? QueenMAry 2 is our next departure at 6 o'clock. She's radioed in and said all is good for 6 o'clock. Maybe she'll give us a blast on her horn. We had a little tinkle from Aurora. 3 honks indicating that she was going into reverse. Somebody requested a horn emoji, and I was looking at it last night, and I haven't really found one that I like, but I will work on adding a horn emoji. I don't know if you remember the channel, you can get a proper ship's horn emoji. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll have a look between broadcasts. Well, not between broadcasts, between ships. Just a little bit of light there, isn't there, in the sky? Oh, there's your mate, Pat Andrew. Oh, it says he's full of cold and feeling pretty rough. No, that's awful stuff. So far, I don't think I've had a cold yet this season. Hoping it to remain that way.
Hello, Southampton VTS.
Oh, they should make sure books this. Someone's put off by the cost of 16-hour flights, not the prospect of the 16-hour flight. Well, it's actually quite difficult to get to Falkland Islands. You've either got to fly to Santiago in Chile, or you can fly from Bryce Norton with the RAF.
Hello, Southampton BTS. That's all received, thank you. No reported traffic at the moment.
But I have heard people say that the RAF flights are a bit agricultural. Not how much they cost. Depending on the time of year, it looks like it's about £500 to £1,500. A return flight to Port Stanley. Well, shipmate Pack Andrew asking where QueenMAry is. Well, she's not off for another hour and 15 minutes. And when she does go, she is heading transatlantic. 7-day one-way trip to New York. Or you can stay on board and take a little trip to the Caribbean for 7 days. Or actually, no, a bit more than that. Or you can stay on board and then come back all the way to Southampton for a total of 27 days on board. That's transatlantic to New York, around the Caribbean for Christmas, and then back into the port of Southampton. Looks jolly good to me. Well, shipmate Paul was asking, are the flights often cancelled due to rough weather in the Falklands? Would love to visit that. I don't know. I know it's tricky to get there. My friend who lives in the island, he has told me that it's not the easiest place to get to. He tends to go for, he tends to come here in the summer to the UK, and then he goes back to the Falklands in our winter, or the summers, or the Falklands summer, and then he only flies twice a year. Yes, if you fly from RAF Bryce Norton, it's approximately 18 hours with a stop at Cape Verde. Yeah, it's not the easiest place to get to. Well, shipmate Randy Glasner says, I'm boarding Queen Elizabeth on Thursday in Miami. Projected temperature is 25 degrees Celsius for the Miami sail away. Well, that is just not the sort of news I want to hear. 25 centigrade, that's almost perfect. In Port Miami, well done, shipmate. Oh, God, where is Queen Elizabeth at the moment? I don't know where Queen Elizabeth is at the moment. Let's have a look, see if we can find where Queen Elizabeth is. Maybe she's in the Caribbean. Queen Elizabeth. Location. She's in Mexico. Just off Cozumel. Travelling at 16.9 knots. Just been to Montego Bay, and now she's heading to Belize City. Should be Howard Bridget says, I think you've just made a slight mistake. Made some blackberry brandy. Just tried a small glass and now wish goodbye to the rest of 2025. Oh, blackberry brandy. I can't say I've tried that before. Sounds wonderful. Sounds like a rum alternative. You can see the flaring over there from the Isle of Wight camera. The only colour on the skyline today, it's been very grey here in port. Not sure what it's been like with you in your part of the world, but it's been very grey here today.
VTS Red Jet 6, shortly departing Town Quay for West Coast.
6, BTS will receive, thank you. Yeah, clearance to proceed. Traffic information, Pasifile, shoot at station to 38.9. We'll be lifted off for another 15 minutes or so. The passenger ship Aurora passing SO outward bound is clear channel.
That's all, copy. Thank you.
Just coming up on the Fawley refinery. Got the Red Eagle in hot pursuit and the Red Osprey just rounding the cow shop there. You can just see the lights on Red Osprey in the sort of bottom left hand corner of the screen there.
VTS evening traffic information, passenger ship Aurora passing SO clear channel outbound. Pasifile due away shortly from 38.9 there, about 1700.
Oh, did it make Pack Andrew, sir? Oh, no, we're going to take a galley break. Yeah, so we shall have a galley break at about, I was going to say 5 o'clock, but I might see you had a little follow of Pasifile. Pasifile's just here. We'll get a good view of her. She departs. I might follow her, but yeah, it's essentially a galley break until 6 o'clock when QueenMAry 2 will depart. She has radioed in and confirmed a 6 o'clock departure. Well, there should be Island Bridge. There's pretty good visibility tonight. Yes, looking at 13.4 nautical miles. Not bad. I would say it looks a bit better than that, but it looks better here in port. But then as you go over to the Isle of Wight, it looks worse. It's not so good over on the Isle of Wight or over on the mainland. I'm not quite sure where that looks like some sort of fog or mist might be in the Solent. Or their brick top. Next away is the Pasifile just in front of us here. Then at 6 o'clock, the QueenMAry 2. And we can just about see the Aurora now on the other side of Cowshot Spit. QueenMAry 2 was picking up her tender. I noticed one of her tenders was over in Hythe earlier, a couple of days ago. She's picked it up. Looking at the map, there's a little dot here. Normally indicates one of the tenders. Looks like Thruxton's parked a long way from the shore side. I don't think that's quite right. The Aurora passing by the Fawley terminal here. What have we got here today? Sandpiper Pacific, YM Saturn, Fairway. She was the tanker that came in Was it yesterday when we were broadcasting? And then the Mary A, Bristol, and Caroline A. We have some pretty names, some of the tankers. We had one of them at the weekend was Blue Butterfly and White Moon, I think it was. Silver Moon, White Moon, I think it was. Interesting set of names. Exit spell at Monty Burns. Oh, it says QueenMAry 2 loaded tender for maintenance this morning after docking. I didn't see that. But I did see there was a tender over in Hythe earlier. She dropped it off when she came to port a while back. In fact, dropped it off while she was moving. Quite the operation. I think because it was a shoreside tender when she was, I think she was docked portside too. And that's where the tender was. So they had to drop it before they docked. It was very quiet this evening. Jet 7 shortly around Cowshot Spit as well. Looks like the Bow Gemini down near the nav anchorage. There goes the Bow Gemini or Bow Gemini. Which would you think it is, Bow or Bow? Not sure. She's just dropped off her pilot by the looks of it, the pilot boat Hampshire. Just picked up the pilots. And then she was one.
VTS Red Osprey, hook in.
No, it's Star First that was asking which way to go around the nav anchorage.
Red Osprey, hook in, thank you.
Yeah.
Once you're clear with the Aurora, the Pasifile will be lifted off in about 10 minutes' time from 38.9.
Roger, copy that, thank you.
So yeah, you can see this is the path that Star First took, which is just right past the nav anchorage. They're still advising ships to avoid this area because I think they're thinking there's containers potentially still here. Exit spell at Monty Burns makes a good point. The QueenMAry 2 facing the right direction today. We'll just head straight out. I don't know why she's one way sometimes and the other way other times. Maybe it's to do with maintaining the tenders and things. Looks like Pasifile might be getting ready to depart shortly. Eleanor's come away from the dockside.
VTS Aurora, hook out, main channel to the east.
Aurora, Southampton VTS will receive, thank you. Traffic information, warship lead breeze at the water. She's going to anchor at the spit at 8.
Oh, this should make carriage. She says someone in Discord reporting 2 more containers found following a formal search. Ah, okay. So, whereabouts in Discord is that then? I did wonder why really they hadn't done a bit more searching for them. Let's see if I can find where that might be. of our shipmates Hoyle.
Red Osprey, Red Jet 6 even.
As I said, 2 containers have been located submerged
Red Jet 6, Osprey.
with virtual...
Osprey 6 evening. There's a little bit of type between the Raptors there. See Queen's Green if that works. We'll come out wide towards 40D.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Shipmate Hoyle there says there's 2 containers have been located submerged and with virtual aid to navigation. I wonder if I can... don't have charts on... I don't have access to charts that update like that. That's the advantage of these internet connected charts. You can do things like that. You can update them on the fly. Oh, 2 submerged. I know a couple have washed up on the beach, so we still must be missing a few. Well, the shipmate carriers, yes, I found it now. I was looking in the general shipping news. It was a cargo ship a while back that washed up, had lost, Baltic Clipper lost 16 containers. And they washed up on Chelsea Bill. And this was the result. Bananas all over the beach. There's the Baltic Clipper from Vlissingen in the Netherlands. Came around the nav anchorage. Lost them somewhere here in the nav anchorage, apparently. So yeah, Chelsea Bill, Pagum and Bognor Regis. There's no one containers. I think they were reefer containers, refrigerated containers. Also been leaving lots of rubbish everywhere. Very interesting. But apparently there's still some out there floating around. Shipmate Nicholas Saw says, apparently the mayor of Bognor Regis wants the shipping line to fund the clear-up, apparently. Oh, I thought that's the least they would do, surely. There you go, you can just about see Southampton Patrol there in the middle of Aurora. Yeah, certainly shipmate carriers, they should be cleared up. Should be an investigation. I'm still curious as to how they lost 16 containers. I don't remember it being that rough, particularly, on that night. We understand if the weather's really rough, might blow a few containers off, but yeah. Well, the shipmate Sapta says it's the same.
BTS, Red Eagle, hook out.
This is the same port that Titanic departed from. Yes, it is.
Eagle hook out, thank you.
In fact, no less, the Aurora here, the ship we're watching, it actually departed from the same berth that Titanic was on. Just noticing now that we have a line on Eleanor to the Pasifile. Getting ready to depart. The pilot said they were a little delayed raising the ramp. That's taken a little while. It looks good to go now. Oh, I can see lots of lights wandering around the bridge.
Ship Ledbury, Southampton VTS. Ship Ledbury, Southampton VTS, all received, thank you. Call me just please on channel 12 when you're in position ready to anchor.
As you can see, the Aurora just...
VTS, Pasifile.
Oh, Pasifile's on the radio now.
VTS.
Just Pasifile, yeah, at stations now, starting to get ready to depart. Draft 9.9, bound for Baltimore with 25 on board.
Pasifile, Southampton VTS, all received, thank you.
Oh, well, the shipmate...
VTS, Red Jet 7, approaching the height line, permission to continue speed.
Jet 7 VTS, yes, clearance to proceed, thank you. With caution for Pasifile, singling up 38 knots.
VTS, Red Jet 7, that's received, ma'am, thank you.
Well, the shipmate Jane Welch says got a great view of QueenMAry 2 from a hotel room at Voco. Absolutely. Possibly the best place to see the ships is the Voco Hotel. Room, I forget the name now. I think it's room number 902 or 901. That's the best room. It has a double aspect, so you can see sort of up the port and down the port, so to speak. That's Pasifile. She's ready to depart soon. Heading off to Baltimore. Well, the shipmate Robert in Oldham says, love the Voco. We'll be staying there in January for our Fred Olsen cruise. Yeah, it's a great hotel, Voco. Perfectly situated, good views. You can see up the port, down the port. And they've recently, I think it was this year, they extended the downstairs area, increased the size of the bar. Food's excellent. I've eaten in there a few times now. Food's very decent. It's actually somewhere you'd probably choose to go. Went to the Mermaid Gin presentation party, not quite sure. Anyway, had plenty of rum-based cocktails.
Gemini BTS West of Town, thank you. No reported traffic now.
Wonder if the lines are coming down Pasifile. Yep, not yet. Well, does he see? If you are staying at the Voco, tell them the captain sent you. Well, the shipmate carrier says, can you leave a car at Voco for a cruise? I don't think so. The car park is not that busy, and you have to pay. You have to register it with the hotel. I think at certain times of the year you might be able to, but I don't think so. I don't know for sure. I don't know lots of these things, but I don't tend to need to park a car in port. Shipmate Pack Andrew, how long would it take to get to Baltimore? Good question, shipmate. Pasifile, she's off to Baltimore. Let's have a quick look, see if I can work it out. Probably looks like 12 days to get to Baltimore. Due to arrive on Christmas Day. Bringing presents of Minis and Range Rovers from the UK, potentially. I would have thought it would have got to Baltimore a bit quicker than that. It is quite a distance. Baltimore in Maryland, my favourite state flag, the Maryland flag. Yeah, I suppose with Baltimore you've got to get in up the whatever they call the estuary there. Not sure, the bay. It's a little challenging for shipping. Of course, you might be in a queue as well. I suppose might be scheduled to not to be able to get in somewhere at the right time. Okay. Occasionally they have to drop anchor somewhere and wait. Shipmate Robert Oldham says, yes, it says, Robert, my brother-in-law tells me you can leave the car at Voco. They do a package.
QueenMAry 2, Southampton VTS.
Of room, and you can leave your plus car parking. Yeah, that was it. I think you could do it. She was telling me, Lauren. Yeah, I can't remember the details. Because I don't park a car, so it's not really much use to me.
QueenMAry 2, Southampton VTS, channel 12.
BTS, QueenMAry 2, go ahead.
QueenMAry 2, Southampton VTS, good evening. Just trying to plan launches at the other end. Question, where are you planning to do your compass swing?
VTS, QueenMAry 2, we're still waiting the pilot. Our first option would be the upper swinging ground, and second option would be by ocean.
QueenMAry 2, Southampton VTS, that's all received, thank you. Do you have any idea how long you think it will take?
About 40 minutes extra.
QueenMAry 2, Southampton VTS, say 40.
Affirmative, yes.
Blimey.
All received, thank you.
It's quite a long time. QueenMAry 2 looks like she could do a compass swing. That'll be interesting. That'll be good to watch. Hopefully she'll do it down here at the ocean terminal, because we'll get a better view there rather than up at the top end. But yes, there we go. Apparently you can book up a hotel package and parking. I couldn't remember if you could or not. Have to pay for it, of course. Shipmate brick tops. I was called a compass swing. It's to calibrate the compass. You take the ship for a full 360-degree spin, and you check at various points on the compass if it's pointing in the right direction, and adjust accordingly.
Follow Southampton VTS.
Oh, they often, I think they retune the
Southampton VTS all received, thank you. No reported traffic here.
I think they routinely compass swing as a matter of calibrating things and checking. But also I think if they've had a lot of work carried out to the vessel, they'll also carry out a compass swing if lots of ferrous materials have been removed or added. Hopefully.
BTS, Red, Osprey, Northwest Netley.
Hopefully that will be Ocean Terminal.
Red Osprey VTS, with caution please, Pasifile, singling up 38.9.
Singling up 3839. Is she swinging off Dockhead?
She actually hasn't said. I'll try and contact her, but she's probably seeing south of Dockhead. Break, Pasifile VTS.
Just Pasifile, yeah, affirmative. Swinging south of Dockhead.
Red Osprey VTS, do you get that?
Yeah, all copied. Pasifile, Red Osprey. If you're happy, we'll go outside the Hythe knock and we'll keep well out your way then.
Lovely, yeah, the tide's up. That's appreciated, thank you.
Not a problem. Thank you very much.
Red Osprey coordinating departure of Pasifile with their arrival. Sneak past. Pasifile slightly delayed. She was due away at 4:30. It sounds like she's going around the dockhead, which we can't see quite so much of. It's very challenging for the cameras when it's dark. You have the bright lights. There we go. She'll be swinging here, but it's quite difficult, isn't it? Because you've got the bright lights and the dark. It's challenging conditions for the poor old cameras. You have the Svitzer Eleanor and the Svitzer Melton. They're both here. They're pulling tight now. Lines are coming down on Pasifile. I do think Aurora has a very attractive stern. Sort of like an amphitheatre type design. Oh, you can see her rolling, can't you? Straightened up a bit there. See the lines coming in on Pasifile there, although one of them did come in. It's gone really taut again. Guessing somebody hasn't slipped it off of the bollard. Well, shipmate, Alistair, any numbers from Aurora? Yes, we did have some numbers from Aurora, actually. First thing, pilot very promptly gave us the numbers, and pretty much quite a full ship. 1,922 passengers on board, 803 crew. And according to my information, that is a relatively full ship. So you maximum double occupancy of 1,874 and a maximum occupancy of 2,200. So 1922. That's pretty much on the money for maximum double occupancy. And like I say again, all these ships have been departing. They've been really full lately. I don't think we've had any numbers that aren't, I would say, what, 90% occupants, 80% 80%, 90%, something like that. Obviously, never have maximum occupancy because obviously it involves multiple occupancy of quite a few of the cabins, which doesn't always happen. I would say maximum double occupancy figures, they're all pretty much around that number. There's the Red Osprey. And there goes Aurora off on her
VTS, Pasifile, singled up, ready to let go last lines.
Pasifile VTS clearance to proceed, thank you.
Very much.
There goes Aurora off on her 4-day round trip to Belgium and France, calling it Zeebrugge tomorrow. Then on Thursday, Cherbourg in France, so a day at sea, then Cherbourg in France, and then back to the wonderful port of Southampton. And the next departure is Pasifile. In fact, we're looking at Pasifile. But the next cruise ship departure is at 6 o'clock for the QueenMAry too. So I'm going to nip down to the galley. But in the meantime, I'll leave the view of Pasifile. We can watch Pasifile with the tugs going out. QueenMAry 2 is also going to give us a compass swing. Should be good. Let's see if I put on my sign. No, not back at 7:30. It's too late. I need to have a way I can edit this on the fly. Don't know how to do it. Well, it should be it. I shall be back at 1600, but I shall continue following Pasifile. I just need to pop to the galley.
Southampton VTS, this is Red Jet 7. Good evening, shortly departing Town Quay.
7 VTS, good evening, traffic. Red Osprey to swim back into Channel dock heading. The Pasifile, she's lifting off, just about to lift off from 38.9. She'll swing south of dockhead.
VTS, that's received, thank you.
Breeze, 7 VTS. Breeze, 7 VTS, all the thank you. Fishing vessel Susanna, Southampton VTS. Fishing vessel Susanna, Southampton VTS. Traffic information, the ferry San Marlo passing through St Helens. Enter the channel at the Warner, inbound for Portsmouth. Fishing vessel Susanna, Southampton VTS. Sorry, repeat your question. Vessel Susanna, Southampton VTS. Yes, you should stay 1 nautical mile to the west of the nav tower outbound, please. Mention 6, PTS traffic information, the Pasifile is lifted off from 38.9, should go swings, then should be proceeding outbound. Right, Gemini, you're on 12, PTS. San Marlo, Southampton VTS.
Southampton VTS, San Marlo, go ahead.
So Southampton VTS, the leader Susanna, fishing boat OSB outbound.
Southampton VTS, San Marlo, well understood for leader Susan. Thank you. Lida, Susanna, this is Car Ferry Saint-Malo, just in front of you. Lida, Susanna, this is Car Ferry Saint-Malo, on the channel 12. Yes, Lida, Susanna, this is Saint-Malo. I'm approach to take the Portsmouth channel, so what is your intention? Lida, Susanna, Saint-Malo, understood, green to green. Lida, Susanna, Saint-Malo, well done. Southampton BTS, Saint-Malo, approach to the front.
St. Malo, Southampton ETS, all received.
BTS, we'll drive.
We'll drive, Southampton BTS.
BTS, we'll drive. Good evening, sir. I'd like to get away from SO5 back to 21 berth, please.
Yep, may proceed. Inbound now, Red Jet 6, outbound Red Jet 7. Pasifile swinging off Dockhead, then should be outbound, over.
That's all received, sir. Thank you.
BTS, Reg 6. Detail Bowen outside the red. Continue to speak.
Red 6, yep, may proceed with caution.
Thank you.
CMA, CGM, Lamatin, Southampton BTS. All received. Keep watch now on this channel, channel 09. 1815 for your pilot. One outbound vessel, the bow, Gemini, over.
BTS, Eleanor, that's us finishing the Pasifile, heading down to the QueenMAry.
All received, DKDC line working off 102 berth, over.
All received, thank you.
BTS, Melton.
Mr. Melton, Southampton BTS.
Yeah, good evening. That's a suspicion of Pasifile. Going to 44.
Mr. Melton, that's all received. No upward traffic.
Thank you.
BTS Pasifile, just past Western Shelf outwards.
Pasifile, Southampton BTS, all received. No upward traffic. Over. Aurora, Southampton BTS, that's all received. Next boarding, CMA CGM Lamartine, 1815, Pilot Station Alpha. Over. CMA CGM Lamartine, 1815, Pilot Station Alpha. Over.
VTS. Aurora, Southampton VTS, I think it's the fishing boat. The fishing boat with Saturn. VTS Saturn. Saturn, Southampton VTS.
VTS, Roger at 6, good evening. Shortly wait from Town Quay for cows, please. Southampton VTS, Roger at 6, shortly wait from Town Quay for cows, please. Southampton VTS, Roger at 6.
Richard 6, Southampton VTS, standby. Afternoon, Southampton VTS. Aurora, the passenger ship to the west of you, outbound, port on this channel. Steve, thank you. Saturday, Southampton VTS, as understood, sir, I did try calling your Channel 12 first, and you didn't respond.
Southampton VTS, QueenMAry 2, good evening.
QueenMAry 2, Southampton VTS.
Yeah, good evening to you. 10.4 metres deepest draft. No defects, previous defects resolved. Tug for departure. I'll call you back for the figures, and if the watch manager could give me a call at an opportune moment, please, before we get underway.
QueenMAry 2, Southampton VTS, that's all we see, thank you. Just tug out on our way, please. You should pass in 101.
Yeah, see ya, thank you.
VTS will receive traffic information to Pasifile, approaching the Catalan outbound clear channel. 6 VTS, my apologies.
VTS, Roger 6. Departing Town Quay for Cals, please.
6 VTS, traffic information to Pasifile, approaching the Catalan outbound, and she will be clear channel.
All copied, thank you very much.
QueenMAry, CGM Lamartine, Southampton VTS. CGM Lamartine, Southampton VTS, received. If you can listen watch, please. Channel 12 VTS and 9 for your pilot launch. Do not pass your pilot boarding station until your pilot is safely on the bridge. Traffic information, the passenger ship Aurora is outward bound and she will be going west of the nav tower. Over.
VTS, Red Osprey, shortly departing Royal Fifth Cals, please.
For VTS, evening again, received, thank you.
Thank you.
Ready, good VTS, traffic information to Pasifile, the Catalan outward bound, clear channel west.
Ahoy! Excuse me. Ahoy, shipmates! I didn't ask quite what the time was. I was getting carried away. Making a horn icon. An emoji. Almost finished it. Just saving it now. Make sure it's the right size. 48 pixels. 48 pixels. There we go. Watch the Pasifile depart with a couple of tugs. QueenMAry 2 is due away at 6 o'clock and we have the Svitzer Eleanor going out to give her help. We were discussing earlier, because the other day she had problems with one of her Azipods, but apparently they must have fixed it because the pilots reported no mechanical issues. Right, let's change the size of this to 48 by 48 pixels. 48 by 48 pixels. There we go. And haha, we have a horn emoji. Just save that to the right place.
Fishing vessel Jacob, Southampton BTS.
Now I can upload the horn emoji. Save and publish.
Vessel Jacoba, Southampton BTS. Received, thank you. Traffic information. One fishing vessel, the Susanna, passing through the Helen, outbound at the new grounds, and the Aurora passenger ship. She's new grounds voyage outbound west of the nav tower. The altitude is the DMA TGM Lemon, boarding approximately 1815, 4 miles south of the nav tower.
Right, I now saved a horn emoji. I'm not sure. It's not showing up for me, but I'm guessing it might need to refresh the stream or something. That shows up. Look on ferry cam, see if it shows up. No, let me just refresh ferry cam. Don't know how long it takes a new emoji to propagate through. Yay, there it is. Actually, oh, maybe I could do it here. I can refresh this live stream. Yeah, there we go. Let's try that. There we go. Should it take your fancy, we now have a horn emoji. Excellent. Oh, right. Who's in the chats here? What's Pack Andrew after? When VTS says red to red or green to green, is it like traffic lights? No, not at all. Ships have red lights on the left-hand side, port side, green lights on the right-hand side, starboard side. So as most ships normally drive, if you've imagined like driving cars, they drive on the right-hand side of the road, not the usual correct way, the left-hand side of the road. So normally they pass red to red. So you would pass ship heading towards you on your left and on their left. But sometimes because of the busy traffic in ports, they have a little chat and then they'll pass green to green, which means it's more like driving a car. The QueenMAry 2 is due away at 6 o'clock. She has radioed in. She's ready. She says she's ready to go. Tug Svitzer Eleanor is up there, ready in assistance. The UKDC line, I can just see that flashing on the screen there. I think she's still, if I put the track on, you'll see what she's up to. she's busy surveying the elaborate and impressionist art. My Daddy by a 2-year-old UKDC line.
DMA TGM Limousine, Pasifile.
Oh, Hirschbeck did to West.
DMA TGM Limousine, VTS, Southampton BTS. Request that you start to reduce your speed now, sir, please. Reduce your speed so you do not pass the pilot boarding station, over.
Oh, there's a ship down here. Going a little fast, apparently. 11 knots. Yeah, the pilot will be boarding down here somewhere. There's the pilot vessel Mayflower here. So the boarding area is here somewhere. I don't know exactly. So probably on a chart if you've got a chart. I don't have a chart down there. Yeah, oh, sorry. Ahoy there, shipmate Linda West. She says, can I have a shout out for Evie? It's her 14th birthday. Well, ahoy there, Evie, and happy 14th birthday. Well, the shipmate Gainer Prices. A lovely way to spend time whilst wrapping Christmas presents. Oh, yes. That's that time of the year, I guess, isn't it? Well, the shipmate Lincolnshire Lass, Donna, the Lincolnshire Lass. And shipmate Keris has been banging out the hall emojis. I can't remember who asked for it.
Southampton to VTS, QueenMAry 2, figures when you're ready.
I'm ready, shipmate.
VTS, yes, please.
Okay, passengers 2376, crew 1241, giving a total on board of 3617 plus myself, and we should be getting underway hopefully in 5 minutes or so.
32 Southampton VTS, all received, thank you. QueenMAry 2 has clearance to proceed from 106 berth 1808.
1808 clearance, thank you.
KDC line, VTS.
Yeah, VTS Ceylon just copied the queue, so I'll pick up my road gear and head back to 29 then, please.
Ceylon VTS, all received, thanks. Bridget 7's at the Green Linden.
Copy, thank you.
Oh, it sounds like UKTC has been dredging. He said he'd pick up his dredge gear. Passengers, 2,376 passengers on QueenMAry 2. Maximum double occupancy is 2,700, so not quite as full as some of the other ships. Although it is a transatlantic to New York, and I know at this time of year is not so busy. In fact, I was looking through the prices the other day. I was trying to see if I could sneak on board. I don't think I have it yet. So back in early part of December, you were looking at something like £500 for an inside cabin. 7 days one way to New York. Shipmate Gainer Price says the blue scribble looks like a tracker on a border collie. Great way of putting it, yes. Looks just like that, doesn't it? Yes, so 2,376 passengers and has a complement of 1,241 crew, which is more or less a full complement of crew, just a few short. Yes, QueenMAry 2's off on a transatlantic to New York. Now you can either stay on, well, I suppose if you have to pay, otherwise you're stowing away technically, aren't you? You can stay on the QueenMAry 2 and then carry on from New York to the Caribbean. She's calling in at the US Virgin Islands and St. Thomas Island. Then she's calling it St. Kitts. Then St. Martin. Then Tortola Island in the British Virgin Islands. Then back to New York. You'll be spending Christmas Day between New York and on your way to the US Virgin Islands. Boxing Day in the US Virgin Islands. Or you can even continue staying on and you can go transatlantic to New York, take the cruise around the Caribbean, then go transatlantic back to Southampton. That's 27 days. I don't have a price on that, but I'm spending about £3,500 per person. Just looking down the list here, I notice actually in January there's an 8-day cruise to New York, which seems a bit odd. Odd time, an odd number. Normally it's 7 days. I wonder if she's allowing for bad weather or something. And that's part of the 109-day full trip around the world starting on the 11th of January. So you can do it in various different legs. You can just go to New York, or you can... Or you can carry on and go from Southampton to Los Angeles through the Panama Canal. That's 23 days. 26 days, and you can go all the way up to San Francisco. Do enjoy San Francisco. 52 days will take you to Sydney in Australia. And after that, it's the full 109 days. All the way from Southampton to Southampton via going all the way around the world. And there's various different legs you can do on that cruise as well, all over the place. Looks like I'm just looking down through the list. So actually, we won't see QueenMAry 2. Yeah, so when she departs on the beginning of January, we won't see her again until April. She'll be gallivanting around the globe. Oh, that's amazing, isn't it? And once she's back in April, she disappears over to New York again. Various transatlantic crossings. Busy old ship, QueenMAry 2. Busy, busy.
Iceland, permission to continue speed.
Just 7 BTS, yes, proceed for caution, please. UTC lines at pier head back to her berth at 29.
BTS, that's received, thank you.
Wind is still a touch windy. I didn't think it was windy enough to warrant a tug assistance, especially not as QueenMAry 2 doesn't appear to have any technical problems, but apparently I've ordered a tug. 11 degrees centigrade, still very mild for this time of year. It's the tug. It's Fitzer Eleanor. Oh, she's been on the channel a lot this evening. All Fitzer Eleanor Tugby.
Juliet Fraser, Sam to BTS.
No mention of where the QueenMAry 2 will do a compass route. She said either the upper swing round or the outside the ocean terminal. We're hoping outside the ocean terminal because we'd have a fantastic view here on Port Cam while she spins around here. It'll be just right in front of us, right in front of this view here. I mean, if she goes to the upper swing round, we'll see her as well. We'll look this way, but I think I prefer the ocean terminal.
Juliet Fraser, Sam to BTS. All received. You're on the way to board your pilot at 20:30 at Foxtrot Pilot Boarding Station. Keep a good listening watch, please. So channel 12 for BTS and 9 for your pilot.
Well, the ship made pack, Andrew. Yes, 11 centigrade in Port. Oh, no, funny, I just read the weather. Didn't realise you were asking the weather. It's very mild. Shipmate Alan Britton's handing out cold medication recipes. 1 measure of rum, 1 measure of black table or molasses, 5 measures of hot water.
Leader Susanna Whiskey Delta 8. Leader Susanna Whiskey Delta 8, Southampton VTS.
Yes, I'm sure that'll make you feel better. I'm not sure that's... I'm sure it's going to get rid of the cold, though.
Leader Susanna Whiskey Delta 8. Leader Susanna Whiskey Delta 8, Southampton VTS. Leader Susanna Whiskey Delta 8, Southampton VTS.
dear, which ship's not responding? This one.
Station full in VTS.
It's this one here, leader Susanna Whiskey Delta 8. Looks like a fishing boat.
Yes, sir. I just want to give you a traffic update. The Aurora to the east of you, passenger ship, she's going to get to the Outer Buoys and she'll swing to port to disembark. And the CMA CGM Lemartine even, will be boarding on a northwesterly heading, so she will also be swinging to port.
I think the fishing boat, what's going on with the traffic?
Leader Susanna, Whiskey Delta 8, Southampton VTS. Thank you. Just please do keep well clear of this vessel when it swings to port. Leader Susanna, Whiskey Delta 8, yes sir. The CMA CGM Lemartine will be swinging to port to embark her pilot. Leader Susanna, Whiskey Delta 8, Southampton VTS. Yeah, apologies. Once the pilot is on the CMA CGM Lemartine, she will probably swing back to starboard to use the deep water route. Advice, keep to the west, please.
VTS, Southampton VTS, QM2, singling up now, just to confirm, still got clearance.
Right, 2 Southampton VTS, yes, clear to proceed still, thank you.
Thank you.
You hear them talking about deep water channels and so on. I can show you. It's not particularly good, this map, but it gives you some idea, I think. So out here, in the middle of nowhere, is a couple of cardinals. And this one is Keep East. And this one is Keep West, and there you go, that's where you've got to keep in the middle there. That's a deep water channel there. There's a couple more cardinals here, so keep east of that one. 2 more here, keep north, keep south. Obviously something here needs to be avoided. Could be a bit shallow or something. I don't know, I don't have any depth on this chart. I don't go out this far, it's a bit far further than the captain normally likes to travel. And then you hear them talk about the forts as well. So the forts are out here. HMS Ledby's there. Where are the forts on the map? Can't see the forts on the map. Maybe they're not indicated. Anyway, you get the idea. And then this is the channel around Bramblebank. So this is why it gets very confusing here, because all the ship channels are only big enough for one big ship rather than a traffic jam of lots of ships. But QueenMAry 2 singling up, so I shall be away shortly. Shipmaker Kerry says, yes, move out of the way, fishing vessel. Yeah, some of the fishing vessels do. Actually, let's have a look, see what she's been up to. Some of them have very odd tracks as they're fishing around. Oh no, she's been fairly straight out. She's just come straight out of Portsmouth. She's probably not fishing at the moment then. 7 knots. Probably heading off somewhere. I'm not sure where. Don't know where fishing vessels go. This is another fishing vessel that's next to the other one. And that's been fishing, looks off, not far off the Channel Islands. Up here in sort of the Bay of Le Havre and Caen. And you can see this is what fishing vessels tend to do. They do a lot of, they find somewhere where they think the fish are and they trawl up and down. Oh, shipmate OC Aviation's asking where QueenMAry 2's heading off to. She's going transatlantic to New York. And if memory serves me correctly, yes, it's about £700 for an inside cabin on this cruise. Should you care to go over to New York, do a bit of Christmas shopping, get the plane back. Actually, yeah, that'd be right, wouldn't it? Yeah, you'd get back just in time. You arrive in New York on the 22nd. So you could do a bit of shopping on the 22nd, 23rd, come back on Christmas Eve with gifts from the Big Apple. We're just waiting for QueenMAry 2. She's singled up. She's given us all her passenger and crew numbers. She's at the other end of port with Eleanor Tugby in assistance. Heading off to New York. Hoping we'll get some honks, actually, but I've not had any honks from... No, we did have honks from Aurora. No, I did, yep. Ahoy there, cakes! Swallowing my drink. Ferry terminal's looking very quiet. It's quite a misty fog in the air, isn't there? Well, should be OCA Aviation. Is the QueenMAry 2 the only ship in port? No. We had the Aurora depart earlier. She departed at 4. Actually, slightly delayed, but more or less 4 o'clock. And just a 2 departures today. 2 departures today. 2 departures tomorrow. 2 departures Wednesday. 2 on Friday. It's becoming quite busy. See something there in the distance. What's that then? Is that coming in or going out? Ah, that's the Pasifile. She was the Ro-Ro that departed earlier. We watched her for a while. Fascinating view here. You can see the container terminal.
BTS, ready, go, hook in.
There was a hive of activity down here. All these containers coming and going.
Thank you. Traffic information, QueenMAry 2, 106, going station.
Full copy, thank you.
There's a whole area there of evergreen containers. Green evergreen containers. Very occasionally in ports we get container ships coming in with all of the same containers on them. It's very satisfying to see. The only problem is they often have one that's not quite right, and it really makes you annoyed when you it's just one erroneous container of a slightly different design. Well, shipmate Daniel asking QueenMAry 2 to party yet? Not yet. She's singled up, waiting to go. And she's going to give us a compass swing as well. We don't know where the compass swing is going to be. I'll tell you what, let's have a little poll, shall we? See where people think the compass swing is going to happen. Let's start a poll. There we go.
Aurora, BTS.
Where will QueenMAry 2 perform a compass swing? The swing ground. Middle swing ground. No, lower swing ground. There we go. I'll start a little poll. We'll see where she swings. Not sure myself. Could be upper, could be lower. Oh, just noticed on the map that actually QueenMAry 2 is actually on the move now. She is actually moving. There we go. Just pulled away slightly from the dock side there. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the pilot said it was lower or upper. He didn't mention middle. I don't know why not the middle one. Well, the shipmate Flower Power says a little late to the party this evening. No problem, shipmate. The QueenMAry 2 is yet to appear on our screen. Ooh, look at that, 82% so far are voting for the upper swing ground. Yeah, it'll be just my luck, won't it, that she'll decide to go to the middle swing ground instead. Oh well. What the Shepherd book says, middle not an option. Well, I could add middle as an option, but really, the pilot said upper or lower. So I'm going to go with, as the pilot said, they hadn't decided if it was going to be upper or lower. We should leave it with what the pilot said. Well, upper swing ground seems to be getting people's votes. She normally does go to the upper swing ground, it has to be said. It's normally a preferred swinging location. She often comes in, docks, starboard side 2, and then once all the passengers are on board, heads off to the upper swing ground, swings around, and then heads out. Don't remember if she goes to the middle swing ground. Don't remember. I should think we'll be seeing QueenMAry 2 shortly. She's coming away nicely from the dock side there. Currently hidden behind a view one of our buildings. Well, there's a flower power. She's pointing right. She is pointing the right way, but she is going to perform a compass swing to calibrate her compass, and that's why she's having a swing, even though she's pointing the right way. Which I suppose if she's pointing the right way, she might come down to the middle swing ground, the lower swing ground, and have a little spin there. Or she might just reverse on up to the upper swing ground. I don't know. The lower swing ground, so now at 26%. 74% of you think the upper swing ground. At the moment, I can't discern any particular movement in a forward or backward direction. Just moving out from the side here. Oh, the shipmate Chloe. Welcome aboard, shipmate. Many thanks for subscribing.
6 BTS Pasifile West Brambles out to the east and she's cleared channel. Underway from 106 now is the QueenMAry.
Yes, at the moment I can't discern a direction. Oh, there we go. Just about to see a bit of wing bridge. A bit more wing bridge. Hint of bow.
VTS, Roger 7, good evening, Derparting Town Quay.
Roger 7, VTS. All received, thank you. Just the freight.
Just the ferry, thank you.
VTS, Red Osprey, hook out and we'll go east of the reach.
Red Osprey VTS, all received.
Thank you.
Here she comes, QueenMAry 2. Let's gain an older ship as well. Over 20 years old now. Built in 2004, 21 years old. Built of cost of £700 million. 900 million US dollars. Interestingly, the class of ship for QueenMAry 2 is Ocean Liner. I believe she's the only Ocean Liner class ship in the world at the moment. And one of the biggest distinguishing factors is her speed. She has a top speed.
VTS, Red Osprey.
Red Osprey VTS.
Yeah, I realised I've misjudged which way the outbound was going, so we'll just stay in the channel as normal.
That's all copied, thank you.
What's Red Osprey done? Messed up something, is there? Ah, Pasifile. I think he saw Pasifile in the distance and thought it was coming in at that angle. It's very difficult when you're looking at ships at an angle. Yeah, we can't see on here.
CMA, CGM, Lamartine,
But you can't tell if it's going that way or coming up and going that way. Very, very tricky at night time to see. But yes, one of the biggest distinguishing factors between the ocean liner of QueenMAry 2 and the average cruise ship is her speed. She has a top speed of 30 knots, 56 kilometres an hour for you continental types, and 35 miles per hour in the King's units.
CMA, CGM, Lamartine, Southampton VTS, additional traffic information, which champion? Outbound from Portsmouth to Southampton. And the Pasifile with the Prince Consul outbound.
Right, I still can't make a judgment on which way she's swinging. If she's going to the upper swing ground.
VTS, Red Eagle.
Or the lower swing ground.
Red Eagle VTS.
Yeah, good evening. Did I hear correctly that QueenMAry 2 is doing a compass swing?
She is, yes, but Central Solent.
All copy, thank you.
Oh. Don't know if you caught that one, shipmates. Doing a swing in the Central Solent. Oh, blast.
Champion VTS, the...
So nobody got that one right. Especially not me. Oh, well. That means she'll come out, head off out, and then do a little pirouette somewhere in the Solent. They often, when they do a pirouette, when they do a compass swing, they tend to do them...
The Champion VTS received, thanks. You go North Channel.
Let's do them round about here. Where they do the compass swing.
Power shot 3.87 on the slide. Traffic information, QueenMAry 2 is underway 106 outbound.
Almost come to a halt, QueenMAry 2. I wonder if the tug Fitz Eleanor is just disconnecting. Yeah, I think Fitz Eleanor has unhooked now. Difficult to tell. Looking at the map, that's Fitz Eleanor here. No, maybe she's not. Maybe she's pulling. Shipwreck Carrier says we're all winners. Yes, I think that's a better way of looking at it. We are all winners, aren't we? Oh, the shipmate Jill Marsh says, have all the containers been located in Solent? The missing ones must be a risk of shipping. Actually, no, we were talking about that earlier. One of our shipmates on Discord. I think he works in the industry, shipmate Hoyle. He must have information. But he posted a message today to say that 2 containers have been located submerged. And they have virtual aids to navigation markers on them. I don't know.
VTS, sea line, alongside 29, just making fast. Thank you and good evening.
Sea line, VTS all received, thank you.
I don't have access to any charts to let you know, work out where that might be. Probably somewhere near the NAB Tower, because that seems to be where the containers fell off. A couple of them have floated, so I don't know how many. I think 16.
VTS, Melton.
VTS.
Yeah, evening again. That's us breaking away from 44 now, going up for the Danube Highway.
Mountain, VTS, copy, thank you.
Thank you.
Belton, VTS, QueenMAry 2, Pattern 102, berth outward bound.
I'll receive, thanks.
Yeah, it's certainly Eleanor still tugging away. Just looking down through the prices, actually, on QueenMAry 2. If you want to experience QueenMAry 2, but you don't want to go transatlantic or go on there for a long time, just noticing in June next year, 24th of June next year, there's a 2-day round trip, the Jurassic Coast, so basically down to Weymouth and back. And that's £349. Sorry, £300, $349. There's a 2-day one-way trip to Hamburg for £350. Not very helpful though, you need to get back, don't you? Let's see if I can find something reasonable. The ones I seem to remember reasonable are in December. You start to have some transatlantic ones which are very, very good value. Nothing particularly amazing this year. It looks like the cheapest is about £750 transatlantic to New York. There's Eleanor Tugby down there, pulling on QueenMAry 2. Very distinctive bow of QueenMAry 2 here. Yeah, QueenMAry 3.
BTS, ready, go. northwest nearly in. Permission to maintain speed, mindful of QueenMAry 2.
Yes, you can proceed. Stockhead is 3.97. The tug Beltons are also leaving the ocean dock inward bound.
All copied.
Yeah, it's interesting to think. Our shipmate Monty was working, said there'll be no more ocean liners left when QueenMAry 2 is retired. Well, I don't know when that'll be. Ships seem to be in service longer and longer these days. I suppose there's a chance she's got another 10 years left in her. I can see a few shipmates out and about on the decks. Not many. It's pretty much cocktail time now, isn't it? Lovely big illuminated sign up at the top for QueenMAry 2, but no one up there. Few shipmates out on the balconies, possibly wearing the obligatory Cunard white bathrobe, but I can't really see. It's not very clear.
Pasifile, Solent Ships.
Looks like Eleanor is still attached at the front, tugging away.
Pasifile, Southampton, VTS.
32, pier head out.
Head up, thank you. Pasifile, Southampton, VTS.
Shipmate Nicholas Saw says, oh, she thinks that QueenMAry 2's service life was expected to be 40 years. That would be good. 40 years, that seems very sensible to me. Let's have a quick look. I don't actually know. I suppose at some point corrosion starts eating into places.
VTS, Eleanor, that's finished on the QueenMAry 2, back to 44.
Yes, QueenMAry 2's.
VTS, Steve, thanks for Eagle dock head in. And Mercury has just left the ocean.
That's all received, thank you.
Yes, QueenMAry 2's service life is projected to be 40 years. Absolutely right. Well done, shipmate.
VTS, Red Jet 6, outside the Dean's Elbow inbound. Permission to continue at speed, please. With caution for QueenMAry 2. We'll be outside the Reds.
VTS, dock head is 4.02.
That's all received, thank you.
Well, so she's got another 20-odd years left. I wonder how many subscribers I will have in 20 years' time. Can't imagine. Shipmate Kex says the horn of the QM2 is my alarm clock. Well, that'll certainly make you get up in the morning, shipmates. Gosh, that's a cracking noise to have blasting out your phone. Hoy shipmate Paul Knight is Hoy shipmates and captain is on. I'm on Aurora on Friday for Christmas. Can't wait on Red Funnel tomorrow. Red Funnel tomorrow morning though. It's not the same, is it? I still enjoy travelling on the Red Funnel occasionally over to the Isle of Wight. It's always pleasant to be on the water. You get some good views. There's a few shipmates, isn't it, out and about here on the decks and things. It was very bright at the stern of QueenMAry 2. Sort of similar design to Aurora, I suppose, really. That sort of Concave amphitheatre design there. Let's move the other camera across. Well, there should be at least Sergeant. Oh, I must be doing some research. Aurora's lifespan is between 30 and 35 years, though she's not at the end of the usual lifespan of ship between 25 and 30 years. Yeah, I think the ships are lasting longer than they used to. They definitely never used to last very long. They've increasingly seem to last longer and longer. I suppose at some point it just becomes economically not viable. There's too many systems need replacing, or too many big failures, too much corrosion. This shipmate Paul King says, will the captain be placed by AI in 20 years? That's the question. Probably be an upgrade.
Eleanor, Red Eagle, thanks for waiting there.
Red Eagle, Eleanor, yeah, no worries at all, no problem.
It would probably be an upgrade if the captain was upgraded to AI. Oh dear. That's one of the red funnel ferries waiting for QueenMAry to get out the way. There we go. Been a fairly busy evening this evening, shipmates. Red jet in the distance there. Spitzer Eleanor. Red Eagle in the foreground. Yeah, busy here in Port Southampton. Well, shipmates, hope you've enjoyed this broadcast. If you haven't subscribed, please do think about subscribing. It does help the channel out massively. And if you have subscribed, many thanks. And if you're a PayPal donor, a Patreon, or a member of the channel, many thanks for your continued support. And of course, many thanks to the Blue Spanner crew for looking after this chat and also all the other chats. I shall be back tomorrow at, well, let me check the time. What time will I be back tomorrow? I think it's 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock, we have Queen Victoria departing. And then 5 o'clock, we have the Balmoral. So, hope you enjoyed that one. Until next time, shipmates.
Southampton VTS, QueenMAry 2, Western Shelf out.
QueenMAry 2, VTS, Western Shelf outbound, thank you. TMA, CGM, Lemon Team, top of the deep water route in now.
Top of the deep end, thank you.
Yes, Daniel Highway.
Daniel Highway, VTS, good evening.
BTS, Daniel Highway, good evening to you. Pilot on board here, 102, maximum draft 6.65. Vessels off to Submerged, 19 plus 1 on board. And just getting the ramp closed and getting ready to depart here as scheduled.
That's all received, sir. Thank you. Once you're singled up, give us a call and I'll give you clearance.
All copied, yeah. Do you have a hook time for the inbound CMA CGM Lamatine?
Negative, no, sir. Not at the moment. CMA CGM Lamatine, VTS, channel 12. CMA CGM Lamatine, VTS there. Good evening to you. Can I trouble you for hook time for the Danube?
Yes, stand by. Can you tell me where the QueenMAry is at the moment?
Northwest Netley, sir.
Okay, yeah, we can do 1 hour 15 from here.
1 hour and 15. That's all received, sir. Thank you. Approximately 19:15. That's all received. Daniel Highway, VTS, you copy?
Yeah, VTS Highway, that's all copy, thank you.